Hello, I'm Dr. Ryan Alcantara, Vice President of Student Affairs and Dean of Students here at Marymount California University. If you are watching this video, you're a new student joining us for spring 2021. So I would like to offer my heartfelt welcome. We're so excited to have you as part of the Marymount family. So this video is going to give you an overview of our advising and registration process and get you ready for your meeting with an academic advisor. So first things first, what is your academic journey look like? You are the class of 2025, 2024, 2023. It depends on the units that you're bringing in and the academic program that you will be enrolled in. And that's an important conversation to have with your advisor early on. And so you will definitely do that in your first semester, working with your academic advisor to develop your educational plan, and that lays out exactly what classes you'll be taking what semester. And so it's really, really important that you determine that and are clear on what your goal is, and your advisor can help you in that journey. All right, so all new students need to meet with an academic advisor prior to registering for the spring. So this is a little bit of an insight of what that will cover, and we'll go into a lot of this in more detail throughout the presentation. So first and foremost, reviewing the appropriate coursework. So if you've got any transfer credits, units, information, you want to make sure you have that handy and that you bring that to discuss with your advisor. They'll provide assistance in scheduling your classes. We do that online through the student portal, so they can walk you through that process. Reviewing transfer credit, and so understanding not just what you've taken, but how that figures into your academic plan here at Marymount. Assuring accurate placement. So if you're in a English or math class that you need for your degree, if a placement test is necessary or available, you want to understand that, and they'll explain to you how and when to take those placement testing. Understanding how to add and drop a class. As I said, you register for your classes online. You have access to that system. You can actually do that all the way through the end of the first week of classes. So you want to make sure you understand that. It's important to remember advising sessions are for student only. So sorry, parents, but we certainly want you as students to own that schedule that you built. So you should be able to answer any questions and make sure that you ask all the questions that you need to as you go through that appointment with your advisor. If you leave the session and you do have questions, you are welcome to follow up with advising services, and we'll have the contact information later in this presentation. First things first, as a new student, you have a number of things that need to be completed as you get ready for your academic journey here at Marymount. A commitment deposit, which most of you, all of you should have already taken care of, but that's obviously kind of step one in the process. If you are planning to live in housing, housing application, if you've got questions about our residential life program and living at the villas, I encourage you to reach out to them, but your housing applications are available in the student portal. Submitting your final transcript. So if you have your high school transcripts, we need to make sure we have your official high school transcripts. If you have any college level work, make sure that those records come in. If you're in the middle of working on a semester, we should have a set of official transcripts for you, and then obviously the final ones once you complete those courses at the end of the spring semester. I'm sorry, at the end of the fall semester. Submitting any test scores. So if you have other test scores, be sure that comes in both transcripts and test scores get sent to admissions. Additionally, we have a number of things kind of in the area of health and wellness. So a medical information form that students need to complete, that's due by December 1st or within 2 weeks following your deposit. Proof of immunization and a copy of your health insurance card. And that can be provided to the Student Wellness Center. All students are required to enroll in, or to be enrolled in a healthcare program. We automatically enroll students in our student health insurance plan. So you need to If you have insurance already, be sure to go through that waiver process. Students have until the end of the first week to go through that waiver process. Otherwise, you will have a charge on your tuition bill. So be sure to get that waiver information in, and the website is there. Give yourself enough time for that review process to go through, and the Student Wellness Center can help you if you have any questions at all. And students do have to go through that waiver process on an annual basis. Tuition and fees. So the bill is available starting December 1st and is due on January 4th. Your bill kind of is created once you've registered for classes. You also have some wellness workshops that students need to complete, and you'll receive email information on that. Financial aid documents. If you are eligible for financial aid, you get your financial aid package through the student portal. There's a place there to see it. If you've got any outstanding documents, you need to make sure you work with Student Financial Services to resolve that. Register for orientation. We will have a orientation the week before classes begin, so make sure you register for that. It's a great way to get connected with your fellow Mariners and make sure you're situated and ready to start the semester. Additionally, the first week of the semester, we have an Ask a Mariner program, and it's basically like a virtual information table. So all week long, there's designated times where students can drop in. If you're having any challenges, you're not sure where to go, they can assist you there. And technology, if you need any technology help, you should have received, or you will be receiving, information on accessing your Marymount email. So that's an important first step. But if you have any trouble at all, make sure you reach out to the help desk. So there's a website with lots of details on the different kind of technology platforms that the university uses, and as well as a phone number and an email if you need to reach out to them. But be sure to make sure all that technology is worked out before classes begin. So I know that's a lot. It's a lot to be on top of as you get started. We kind of manage that in a dynamic way within the student portal. So this is a screenshot of your student portal. As I said, you register for your classes here. You have information on financial aid that's here. You actually can see your bill. You can update your contact information. Additionally, at the bottom highlighted, we have the document center. That's where we keep your dynamic checklist. So if you've got outstanding things that you need to do, check that area, and it'll let you know what you need to do and who to contact. So be sure that you don't have that little exclamation point. You want to be sure that that's all cleared up before the semester starts. Important dates. So every semester we have obviously a number of important dates for you to be aware of. When does the semester start? When does it end? When are finals week? What are the holidays? That's available in the academic calendar. There's a link on the slide. It's also in the university catalog. So every year we publish a catalog, and it has the academic calendar in there. So I'm going to highlight a few of those dates. Obviously, the first day of the term is on Monday, January 11th. As I said earlier, you have the first week of classes to add and drop classes on your own through the student portal. So Friday the 15th is that last day to drop. You have until 5 p.m. You really want to make sure that you're clear on your schedule, all that's resolved, ideally before the first week of classes, but you have until the end of that first week to make sure that that's all resolved. And I really encourage you that Friday, take a look at your schedule, print it, make sure it accurately reflects what you believe yourself to be scheduled in. If you need to make any adjustments, we do permit students to add and drop by petition, generally just through the second week of classes, and you can work with your academic advisor on that process. As I said, you have the holidays listed on here for the spring semester. We do have spring break March 8th through the 12th. We do midterm exams. So there's a midterm week, and students actually get a midterm grade. So you'll be getting it towards the middle of March. You'll have that available. You'll kind of get a sense of where you're at so at that point in the semester. We do also have a period where students can withdraw from individual classes. That's generally after midterm grades have been processed. For the spring, it'll be March 19th. So if you decide you need to drop or withdraw from a class for any reason, you have until March 19th to do that. If you need to withdraw from all of your courses, withdraw from the university, you have all the way up until the last day of classes before finals. And so that's April 30th. Finals week is May 3rd through the 7th. And as I said, we always list the various holidays on the academic calendar. So familiarize yourself with how to access that. Like I said, it's available on the website. It's also available in the catalog that's produced each year. So a little bit of information on our spring response to COVID-19. Spring courses will all be online, and you can identify kind of the different kinds of online classes by a two-letter name. So our online synchronous classes are designated by SY, hybrid classes HY, and online courses OL. So what's the difference of all this? Online synchronous and hybrid are for the spring are basically the same thing. Those classes will have scheduled weekly meeting time. So if you see that SY, HY, know that you have to be available on that designated time. For the online classes, they don't have designated weekly meetings that are scheduled. So look for that as you're selecting your classes. If you want to make sure you have the structure of that weekly meeting time, do sign up for the SY or HY courses. And if you have trouble kind of figuring out which one makes the most sense for you, talking with your academic advisors would be an important thing to do. Additionally, current guidance from the County of LA requires that the campus remain closed, but all departments and services remain accessible and available to students. So we're doing things via Zoom and Teams. So it is important that you have a laptop and you're able to access your classes and you're not trying to just do that on your phone. There's a listing on our website of campus services and resources that's also available in the MyMCU app, and you can download that app on Android or iPhone devices. And that is helpful because it just gives you the full list of the different departments that are available. It also lists the different events that are taking place through the campus. We do have at the top of each web page a link for COVID-19, a campus response to that. So make sure you check that out on a regular basis. We do push out information via email on a regular basis of any new developments and those kinds of things. So be sure to know where to find that. And so while access to campus is restricted, any student needing to visit campus, just be aware that you have to check in. We have an online check-in process. Be sure to do that. If you have any symptoms for COVID-19, we ask that you not come to campus. We want to make sure we keep our community safe. Even with the campus closed, we do have a number of events and activities, and so we've been very successful in providing those opportunities even in the fall semester. And so a couple of just reminders of how to get that connection. Part of your college experience is meeting new people, developing your network, and building connections to the campus. We want the university, we want Marymount to feel like home. So we have Life at MCU, which are a number of virtual communities, so you can connect with other students. A number of them have weekly meetings. We have fitness groups, cooking groups, a variety of just different things. You need to be logged into your MCU email, but it's within Teams, which is a Microsoft product and something that you have access to. You have access to the full Microsoft suite as a student. So check that out. Just so you're aware, we have obviously many different clubs and organizations. We'll have an involvement fair at the beginning of the semester. If there's a club that is not there and you're interested in forming it, you just need 4 fellow Mariners. The 5 of you can create a new club. So Jeremy Booker is our Director of Student Life and is the contact to assist with that. We have a listing of student events that are on the website. It's also in the MyMCU app. I encourage you to take a look at it. Everything from weekly masses to various events and programs, both online. We've also been doing field trips and other things if you're in the local area. And then finally, we do have the Mariner Mentoring Program. So it allows students to connect with employers, alumni, faculty, staff, and MCU community partners to help you grow professionally and personally, and gives you guidance as you develop your career plan. So really encourage you to be a part of that. There's a link on this slide to the mentoring program. There's a short application that students need to complete, but you have an opportunity to join that at the beginning of the semester. All right, so to the advising details for transfer students. So it's really important that you submit your official transcripts from other institutions. As I mentioned, we should have that. If you're a transfer student, we need to have an official transcript before you can meet with an academic advisor. If you're currently enrolled in classes, you'll need to give us an updated official transcript once those grades are recorded. You know, if you're taking a class over winter break, again, make sure we get that official transcript, because we got to process that, and that will help ensure you're able to enroll in the classes you need to take. If you're currently enrolled and that's not on the official transcript, make sure you have that information handy when you meet with your advisor. So you can look at that as you're selecting your classes. Placement tests. So placement test, we have placement exams for English, math. We also have it for chemistry, but for English and math, if you anticipate that you'll be taking or needing to take an English or a math class, know that placement exams are available. So here's some information on that, and we'll walk through a couple of other details as it relates to placement exams. So know that our placement tests are not timed. Biology majors may opt to take a chemistry placement test. Students can retest as much as they wish, and you're never penalized for a lower score. We take your highest score in the process, so we want to certainly work with you. If you need to take a placement exam, if you're interested in that, make sure to talk with your academic advisor about it. Again, if you've already completed your English and math requirements, it most likely won't be necessary. If you're a freshman, that is certainly one thing that you will need to do. And it's coordinated through our coordinator of disability resources. Additionally, in the advising welcome letter, there's a link for more information on the placement test. So be sure to take a look at that. Majors. I want to provide you with a list of majors and the chairs that oversee each of those majors. So we have a BA and a BS in biology under Dr. John Alexander, a BA in business, a BS in accounting, a BS in management, a BS in marketing, and that's under our business program. Dr. Paul DeYoung, a BA in criminal justice, as well as our BA in psychology is under Dr. David Draper. And then we have a BS in digital communications media and a BA in multidisciplinary studies, and that's under Blue Wade. Our multidisciplinary studies major is an opportunity to bring together 2 different disciplines. And so that's an interesting way to kind of, in many ways, kind of build your own major. If you were an undeclared major, you start out in multidisciplinary studies. So it's important to understand the different majors that are available, make sure you're in the right major. And if you've got questions about other majors, when you meet with an advisor, they'll be able to kind of guide you in navigating what makes the most sense for you. And if you need to make a change in your major, you want to do that before the start of the semester. Obviously, you can change in the middle of your academic journey, but you should generally do that before if you make a determination of changing, to do that before the start of the subsequent term. Introductory courses, if you have a designated major that you're in, we strongly encourage students to be taking classes within their major. So if you're an upper division student, obviously you'll be in classes within your major. If you're starting in lower division, if you're a freshman, we also want you in classes within your major. So if you're unsure, it's also an opportunity to explore different majors. So here's a number of our introductory courses. Additionally, as another way to get familiar with your major, we have our academic societies. So an academic society for each of our kind of umbrella of disciplines, criminal justice, multidisciplinary studies, digital communications, media, science, and health professions, business, psychology, each have a different society with a faculty mentor. And the intent of these societies is to expose students to the major. So you want to get to know faculty within your major, get a sense of, what do the classes look like, an opportunity to meet other students in the major, what kind of career opportunities am I going to have for this? So for some of you, you're set on the major and it's the career exploration side, or you may be pretty clear on what you want to do in the career, and then it might be more details of, how do I prep for grad school, or, I really, really want this job, what do I need to do? Some of you may be more in the exploration stage, so you're not tied into any one society. You're more than welcome to visit others. So if you're a business major and you're in Survey Mundi, but you have some interest in criminal justice, feel free to attend Justitia Society event. And we do a number of things that are integrated with the various societies. So it's just a way to be connected to your major. And it's really, really important that you obviously do that. A Marymount advantage. So small means more. What does that mean? We use that a lot on campus. It means smaller classes, so more interaction with faculty and with classmates, even in an online environment. Our classes are small, so that gives you the opportunity to work with your faculty, and you want to take advantage of it. So that means going to class, being ready and prepared in class, visiting faculty in office hours, all of that's important. Early career preparation in each program, and so that's something that we want to make sure students have the opportunity to engage in. More personal attention, and the student voice is amplified, and that's both in the classroom as well as within our student life. And that's part of the Marymount experience, so you really, really want to make sure you're taking advantage of that. A 4-year guarantee. So for freshmen who identify their major, their first term, you'll be able to get your degree in 4 years. We have a number of things. You've obviously got to be a full-time enrolled. You can't be changing your major. It is our goal to help guide you to make sure that you're graduating in 4 years. As a transfer student, that timeline is going to be shorter. And again, we're committed to get you through that. And we really want students in their first semester, once you have an identified and committed academic advisor, you can work with them to develop that education plan. So if it's the 4-year guarantee in your 4-year plan as a freshman, or if you're a transfer student and you're looking to get out in 1.5 years or 2 years, work through that plan and understand, do you have to take summer classes, what transfer credits work in, all of that. You want to be very clear on what's required of you, and our advisors are there to support you. We have stackable degrees, so you can get an AA on your way to a bachelor's degree, and then that all of our majors, all of our undergraduate majors are stackable within the MBA. And in fact, students can take up to 10 units of MBA coursework as an undergraduate. So if that's something that you're interested, you want to make sure you're talking to your advisor, and it's, you know, selecting electives that are MBA classes that you can do in your senior year, and that cuts the time down to completing the MBA. So a number of our students coming in as freshmen are able to do you know, their AA, bachelor's, and MBA in 5 years or less. So it takes some work to be sure that it's structured out, but it is certainly doable. And then bringing learning to life. So major and career engagement early through academic societies, real world learning in and out of the classroom, accessible internship opportunities from year one. You know, we want you connected with your major. So again, if it's deciding on your major is your first step, or it's figuring out what your career options, be sure you're having those conversations with your advisor and connecting with our career planning and internships area. We have a lot of internship opportunities that are available to students. We strongly encourage academic internships. You can get credit if you have things that you're already doing, or work that you think might apply. That can certainly be an option. And even in the summer, if you want to take, you can actually take up to 4 units of academic internship credit at $100 a unit. And so it's a way to get some upper division credits and also get that work experience that's so important. Your academic advisor. So as I made reference to, you'll be assigned an academic advisor who will work with you throughout your time at MCU. So the individual that you meet with in preparing for your spring classes may not end up being your final academic advisor. Those assignments will take place as at the start of the semester. But you can work with your advisor to process paperwork, and if you need any immediate assistance. So plan to meet with your academic advisor during the first half of the spring term in order to develop your education plan. So you want to know, again, am I the class of 2023 or 2024? Like what is my sequence, and when am I going to have my degree completed? So your advisor is there to help you navigate the campus and make sure you stay on track. They do a lot of outreach to students to remind you that, you know, registration is up, or it looks like you, if you're struggling in your midterm, encourage you to reach out to them. They'll also be reaching out to you. Our advising contact information is on the website, and there's the link there. A few steps that you should take after your meeting with your advisor. Take a placement exam if applicable. So make sure you talk about that with your advisor so you're clear. Do I need to take one, or do I not? Check in with various departments. And so again, we've got our under current students on the website, contact information for each of the departments. But reach out to them if you have questions. I thought I turned that in, I didn't. And again, that dynamic checklist is in your portal, so you can see where you're at with in terms of any missing paperwork that you may need to submit. Pay your tuition and fees. So once you register for classes, you're able to pay your tuition and fees, and you want to make sure you take care of that before classes start. That due date is January 4th. Register for new student orientation, and then be prepared to start your academic career at MCU, and visit your advisor often. They're there to help you. They're part of your support network here at the university. So with early registration is a great way to start your college experience at Marymount. Your advisors will remind you each semester when the registration window is open, and I really encourage you to take advantage of registering on time. So as soon as your window opens, make sure you're there registering for your classes. Our advising department is located within the Center for Academic and Professional Success. You got the contact information there. Also in the center is our career planning and internships, as well as our Center for our disability resources area. So on the website, you can actually schedule appointments directly with advisors or for any of those services. Thank you very much. We're so excited to have you at Marymount, and we look forward to seeing you and interacting with you and assisting you in your journey here at Marymount. I wish you all the best.